Love this guy. Love his attitude. Love his moxie. Love his pod. Bussin' with the boys. He's the co-host with some guy named Will Compton. He is none other than Taylor Lewan of your Tennessee Titans. How are you, Taylor? How you been?
Rich, I'm electrostatic to be here as always. I got to be honest with you.
Yep.
A little upset.
What?
I'm listening to, before you bring me in,
Yep.
Trace Atkins
Yep.
and his beautiful voice,
Yep.
how deep it
Yes.
is. And then you
Yes.
bring me on,
Yeah, man.
who's just as big as him, but I sound like I'm 12. So there's a bit of a yin and yang going here. I'm a little frustrated. But well, as always, we'll work through it.
Yeah, listen,
I appreciate the Bussin' with the Boys part.
You know, of course, your pod is killing it right now, Taylor. It is absolutely crushing it. Your pod made some serious news the other day with Johnny Manziel telling his stories, spinning a yarn or two in your bus.
That is true.
That was something else. Did you know of that story before he starts talking about how he was signing stuff in his hotel rooms and things like that? And have you ever heard that from his college days? You ever heard about that?
I've heard, you hear the old ghost stories and what everybody did. I believe on that podcast, I said I wish I had the opportunity to maybe catch a couple bucks here and there. But Michigan, you know how they roll, man. They're straight edge. They keep it right, and they do it the right way. And when Johnny got on there, I told him before the show, as I tell every guest before the show,
Yep.
We're not here to crush you or make you look bad. Anything you want us to take out, we will. Johnny told that story, and I never got a text, so that thing rolled, baby. And, yeah, people took it. People took it and ran with it. But I love how he said, I won the Heisman, then I did X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, and that is
they can't Reggie Bush him. They can't do that.
Well, his line, his best line was him saying, "Let them take my Chick-fil-A bowl went away from me."
Over Duke.
Hey, go ahead and take my 9-4 Chick-fil-A bowl. Go F yourself. I believe was the exact.
That was laugh out loud.
Quote.
That was laugh out loud.
But that guy, man, I tell you what, the trials and tribulations that Johnny Manziel has gone through, being parallel to him in a certain way, being in the 2014 draft, being All-American with him, I believe, in 2012, and watching this guy on top of the tops, and then having his career go the way he did, having a guy like Will Compton that does the bus with me.
Yes.
A guy like Will, undrafted, has grinded his way through 8 seasons, going into his 9th season. A guy like him, giving Johnny the bird, like, how could you mess this up? And Johnny came on there. He was humble. He handled himself well. I was very impressed. His humility and how he's kind of dropped his sword and said, you know what, I guess I just never really loved football, which is a difficult thing for some people. Everyone, you know how it is. You play high school ball and everyone's like, yeah, I would have been All-American and probably started, but my coach hated me, that whole vibe. But Johnny had no excuses, man. He put it all on himself, and I was very impressed.
Taylor Lewan of the Tennessee Titans and his pod with Will Compton, Bussin' with the Boys, available where all podcasts can be acquired, right here on the Rich Eisen Show. How you feeling? How's that knee? You good?
Knee's great, man. I have my PT person. I never know whether to call her a PT or what, a physical therapist. It's all the same thing. But Anna Hartman at a Movement Rev. Anybody out there in California looking for a mentorship? Movement Rev, man.
Okay.
She comes in during the season. I feel like I got hit by a truck, and then all of a sudden it's like it never happened. She does an amazing job, and so she's made my knee feel amazing throughout these last 7 months, and I'm very excited for the season. I'll tell you what, it takes an injury to make you miss practice because no one likes doing practice. I cannot wait to be exhausted in August playing with the boys again. So
that's when you're going to get back out there? Like there's been no on-field for you just yet?
No, OTAs for me has been a Zoom meeting and getting right and staying in my lane and my schedule of what it's been, my workouts and strengthening and being smart about this thing. No one wins a game in June. I mean, you to be able to take mental reps, watch the film, that's the best I can do right now. I think if push came to shove, it was Super Bowl, you bet I'd be out there. But for right now, the team, Vrabel, we've all agreed that the best thing for me is to keep healing up and getting ready for camp, and I have never been so excited for a football season in my entire life. Okay, so Taylor, since you know now that you're part of this world of the paparazzi and clicks and the importance of being relevant, Chris, can you please post Taylor Lewan says the Titans are going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
I just heard those words.
I heard him say it.
Right.
If you took all the sentences I said and did your own little thing with it, you could say that I said that. However, if people who don't usually listen to the whole thing just want to look at the headlines, if they dare read a little further, I did not say that, Rich, and I appreciate you trying to put me in this situation. Vrabel will really enjoy showing this in a team meeting and showing how.
All right, so that's like two fire emojis. Lewan guarantees Super Bowl.
Yeah,
well,
he said that if it was a Super Bowl, he'd
Super
play.
Bowl.
Right? So how else should I take that? He said if it's a Super Bowl, you'd play. Like you plan on playing in the Super Bowl, thus you guaranteed it. Right there.
I get. All right, yeah. Listen, I'm feeling back into a corner here, Rich. I feel like we're supposed to be buddies. Now I'm sitting in my room, and it's 71 degrees in this room, but I'm sweating.
Okay.
So I don't like how I'm feeling right now.
Okay. I might have skipped a few parts.
I guarantee if the Super Bowl was today,
yes,
and they're like, Taylor, are you suiting up or not?
Yes.
Sevens is going to be on the field playing left tackle.
Sevens,
and that's a stamp. That's a Lewan stamp guarantee.
Who are you playing in the Super Bowl? Who are you playing in the Super Bowl?
Who are you playing in the Super Bowl? What Super Bowl is this?
Tough to say. Dude, I'm about to hang up this damn phone. I guess the only way to say if you were playing in this hypothetical situation, you have to go who won the last Super Bowl.
Well done.
Which would be Tampa Bay.
There you go.
And I guess we would be playing them. I guess I'd be looking over at Tom's, $75 billion smile, his beautiful head of hair.
Okay.
And watching him throw interceptions to the boys, and hopefully we're winning that game instead. Parallel universe.
There you go. Taylor Lewan here on the Rich Eisen Show says he can take out Jason Pierre-Paul, and he's feeling good enough to take on Ndamukong Suh in the Super Bowl. Can you post that?
I got a great story about Jason Pierre-Paul.
What's that?
We practiced.
Beautiful.
We practiced against Tampa Bay 2 years ago. It's when he either first got there a year after, obviously after the firework incident with his hand. And we do one-on-ones. And JPP puts a move on me, literally puts me in the blender, boys. Like, goes left, I go left, he goes back right, I go back right, one thing leads to another. I'm spinning in a circle, and he's hitting the quarterback. And he looks at me and he goes, and I did that with only one hand. And he kept walking, and I was like, oh my gosh, he took every firepower away from me. He took the fact that he had less fingers than me and used it as an advantage. I don't know how he did it. It was unbelievable. He lives in my head rent-free right now.
Taylor Lewan here on the Rich Eisen Show. So if you've been Zooming and that's the way that you've been participating, so you have not laid eyes on new Titan Julio Jones and his number 2 just yet. Have you?
I'm a fan of Instagram, and I've seen him do his drills in the number 2 jersey.
Yeah.
Guy looks great. I mean, first ballot Hall of Famer. Obviously, as a fan, as a player on the team, I'm super excited to have him on the team. I think any team he would have gone to makes that team better, and I'm just happy it's part of the Tennessee Titans.
Now, what does that mean, Taylor, that your front office is aggressive? The general manager, John Robinson, and the ownership and the coach and, everybody is aggressive and says, we're going to do this. We're going to do this now, and we have the window, and we're going to put him with A.J. Brown, and we've got Derrick Henry, and we've got Lewan coming back, and Tannehill is just as good as he's ever been, and let's go. Like, that's gotta be a jolt, I'd imagine.
That's a great feeling. I think any office, the way John runs his business and does his thing, people always ask, oh, you think we're going to do this? You think we're going to do that? Anybody who's listening to the show and ever wants to ask me a football question, fun fact, I have zero idea what's going to happen with our personnel because John keeps it close to the vest, but he does a great job. And I remember being a part of the team in 2014, going 2-14, and thinking this is the NFL. Like this is what we do. And then now being in 2021, being with the same team and looking at the personnel we have, the talent that John's been able to put on our team, and the coaching staff, the way they put in us positions to be successful, it's crazy to think that I've been a part of the same franchise for so long, seeing how it was back in 2014 and how it's just upgraded and developed and has become, a franchise that any player would be happy to be a part of. Now, when it comes to all this talent being on one team, doesn't say you're going to win a Super Bowl. It says hypothetically, if I was able to play today, I'd play a Super Bowl. See, I went back on that.
Yes.
But it doesn't say we're going to win a Super Bowl. What it means is we have talent, but as any team goes, you have to put the chemistry together, right? Me and Roger Saffold got to get back out there, got to start feeling each other out. I got to come back from this knee. Julio and Ryan's got to gel. AJ's got to keep doing what he's doing. And El Tractorcito, man's got to get his carries. I think a lot of people are looking at all those guys, and they're not thinking about Anthony the Turkey Ferkser, man. He's a little quick on a dime, all right? A little Harvard grad. Guy's smart, and he's twitchy. I think we have a lot of potential, but, I think the old phrase is potential means you haven't done anything yet. I think that's where we stand right now.
Taylor Lewan on the Rich Eisen Show. A.J. Brown was on just a couple days ago. He says that Derrick Henry runs the weight room, that he basically, the music, the volume, all of that. Is that an accurate assessment?
Well, he used to be the oldest guy in the weight room. He gets to run the music.
Right.
And so back then it was, Michael Ruse, and then it went to Brian Orakpo, and then I think Derrick Henry's one of those memes that's like at the coin flip, and he's so big, it's like heads or tails, and he says, we'll take the ball, and the ref goes, okay. I think that's kind of how it works now. So Derrick walks in. Derrick, whatever you want to listen to, buddy. It's up to you. I got my own music going up on top of the head. I can do whatever I want in there. So he can run whatever he wants.
Yeah, man. We're looking at that workout right now.
It's outstanding. Which one? The guy posts all day.
No, it's the monster chain link around his neck, and then he's doing push-ups using the elastic band as his bar, and then the ball as where to rest his feet. I mean, that's insane. That's just insane.
What would happen if we found out that was all just foam weights? Like he was actually not lifting weights at all. And Derrick's been tricking all of us. He's just bred that way. He just looks that great and actually doesn't lift. He just goes, yeah, let's get the foam 45 pounds on, put 405 on, and we'll make it look like I'm doing something today. What if it was like that?
Well, Taylor Lewan, put what tweet are you putting up now, Chris?
Yes, I'm going to put up another tweet. Taylor Lewan calls out teammate
Derrick Henry.
Fake muscles.
Deep fake workouts.
Yeah, deep fake muscles.
Deep fake workouts. By the way, that's a great fantasy team name. Deep fake workouts.
I'll retweet it. That sounds like a perfect deal for me. I cannot wait to go into mandatory minicamp next week and look at Derrick and hopefully not have to get in a fight.
Well, we come up with the memes and the nicknames on this show. I had A.J. Brown on, again, as I mentioned, and we came up with a Fantastic Four meme and put all the AJ and Derek and Ryan and also Julio's faces on it, and call it the Tenn-tastic Four. And you took offense to this in a way, right?
It's not. If I was scrolling through my feed like any old slump, right?
Yeah.
And I were to see that, I'd go, oh wow. The Rich Eisen crew's got a little bit of an imagination. That's wonderful. I love the way they're developing and getting with the times in their old age. I would think, I'm so excited. But instead, I have to go to my notifications where I'm tagged in something, and I have to look at AJ, Derek, Julio, and Tannehill, and it's the Tenn-tastic whatever. And it's like, hey, listen, if you're going to tag the boy in it, give me like a cloud in the background or it's a silhouette of my face or something at least,
Okay.
That's good.
I think that's a good idea.
We can do that.
So just so you are aware, Taylor, you did create a little bit of dissension in the studio here because I did throw TJ Jefferson under the bus for saying I can't be responsible for my staff. And he's like, it's your idea that did not include Taylor. But TJ, it was your choice to tag Taylor Lewan. I did not say tag Taylor Lewan.
Well, why would I mean, Taylor Lewan is a friend of the show here, Rich. So I like to.
By the way, he's on the phone. You don't have to talk about him like he's not listening.
I'm talking to you, but then I look at Taylor. Taylor, you're a friend of the show, and I always like to tag you and the boys in whatever we do.
He was a friend of the show, TJ. Thanks to you.
What did you say, Taylor? Sorry, what did you say, Taylor? Did you say?
I said I am a friend of the show, but I'm wavering towards acquaintance of the show.
What I said.
And now I have to look like an idiot and ask Siri what dissension means after I get off the phone. So I'm going to use that word in a dictionary.
Yeah, there was a little bit of arguing with each other. There was a little bit of but it's okay.
TJ, what's that all about? Can TJ just can you go ahead and let me know what gives, buddy? Are you a Michigan State fan?
No,
I not like the catfish thing.
No, Taylor, I'm a Taylor Lewan fan, and like I said, anytime we do Titans, I like to include the boys in with them. So that's all. That's all it was. Just want to include you into it.
Feelings were hurt, TJ.
I'm sorry, bro.
Before I let you go, I also couldn't help but notice you with the Country Music Awards, and a great post of yours was retweeting a photograph of you with Trace Adkins, and saying that you lost him with your choice of pants, basically. Yes. Right? What happened?
Well,
how'd you get here?
I'll tell you, Trace is a legend. He's a guy I grew up watching. Got the deep voice. I remember my mom talking about having a crush on him when I was like 12, and I'm like, how cool is this? Hey, my mom wanted to date you. Didn't say that, thought it. But now I literally see him on the red carpet. I'm excited. He looks uninterested. And I go up, I shake his hand, he just looks at me and grunts and goes, "Ugh, did you wear your wife's pants to this?" It's like I've lost them. I've lost everything, all because of a choice of a pair of pants. But I'll tell you what, Krista Roser, she's the woman that styled me for this event. Took 48 hours. I told her, hey, I need something.
Yeah.
Because I was told so late. And I think she put together a nice little Miami drug dealy kind of feel vibe that I personally really enjoyed.
That doesn't really speak to country music in a way, but it's you, and that's pretty cool, man, that you were able to do all of that.
It was very cool. This city's been awesome to me, and it's just cool to be a part of it, man. I love Nashville.
And I know that you love it too. So Father's Day as well. I saw you celebrating your fatherhood and being best dad ever. By crushing a beer at a Preds game right next to your daughter. Well done. What did your daughter say to you after Daddy crushed a beer right next to her?
Well,
what was that? How'd that go over?
Daddy made a personal decision not to ingest any of that beer because he's still rehabbing a knee and didn't want that inflammation. But on the car ride home, she gave me a very stern talking to how it wasn't nice to pour water on her and Mommy.
Oh,
and
it wasn't a beer. It was
do better next time. Yeah, and I just looked back at her. I said, "You wish it was water."
She gave you a stern. What's her name again?
Her name is Win Rebel.
Dude, I love it.
She's outstanding.
I love it. Hey, thanks for the call. I do love busting Compton's cojones by just acting like he's not even on your pod with you. I don't know why I enjoy. I don't know why I enjoy doing that. I don't know why. I don't really know him that well. But
the ironic thing about that whole thing is that Will does literally all of the work. He's the man behind the scenes also that's crushed this podcast to be able to make it what it is. But I'm all about taking the credit. I think it's only good for us.
Well, you're killing it. When is the motor arriving so I can be on this podcast, Taylor?
We got a trailer now. We can tow that thing to wherever you need us to be, buddy.
So what are you talking about? That does look like that there is a motor inside that Budweiser bus of yours right there, dude.
Yeah, there is a motor,
but it doesn't
hasn't
move?
ran since 1976, I believe. So I don't think that thing's gearing up anytime soon. And, hey, if the Rich Eisen Show is the show it claims to be, they will give us the money to fix the bus.
Oh,
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, we've got the budget for that.
If the producer's listening and they really want to be who they are, they would send a check.
Come on, Portnoy's got that in his couch cushion. You know
no
that.
No question, but just because he's got it doesn't mean he's going to spend it on me, man. He's got pizza reviews to do. And, he's got Safe Moon to the moon. He's got to do a lot of that
Seriously,
stuff.
like I see the videos, like he's probably betting as much with Big Cat on tonight's games than your motor costs. Come on, let me help you out here.
I don't doubt that at all. You know the thing is, too, he told us in the podcast, you can go subscribe, rate 5 stars. He told us in the podcast that people think he doesn't bet his own money. He's betting his own money. He's riding and dying with the fans also. So all the emotions are real for those guys. Obviously, your boy can't bet, and don't plan on doing that. But I'm happy to watch them do it.
Neither can this boy. That's when I get my cold sweats, too, and these guys talk about gambling terms that totally confuse me.
Oh, God, people start talking about FanDuel. I'm like, oh, please, God, leave me out of this. I'm not Shoeless Joe Jackson, right? I can't do that.
Wow.
You're the man, Taylor. Take care of yourself. Thanks for the call. Let's catch up during the training camp season. Enjoy getting back with your teammates next week.
Sounds wonderful. Thanks for having me on, guys. Thank you, everybody, except for TJ. Have a great day.
Come on, Taylor,
brother.
That's Jeff Garland. Jeff Garland has a problem with TJ Jefferson.
Now Taylor.
Because of the April Fool's gag about putting up a meme of Russell Wilson being a Chicago Bear. Mm-hmm. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.